just so everybody knows out there, as dark as it gets, you know, as dark as it gets, like you could be really, really low. Tomorrow will come and, you know, the sun will shine. And so you can just hold off just a little bit longer until the next day, because it's just, things look different, you know,
Okay.
different the next day or the next day after that. Maybe
Absolutely.
sometimes it goes on for weeks, but you really need to learn how to process yourself out of it. And most of it's in the mind. The mind is so powerful. And you got to get out there and get sunshine. And I know sometimes it's been hard for us.
I agree with that.
But just even at your window, look at the sunshine, because it gives your body what it needs, and your pituitary glands need the sunshine.
Okay.
You know,
I completely agree with that.
It affects your moods.
This is
right?
my first summer
yeah.
where through, you know, that experience of you telling me, hey, the sun's super important. I've always been more of a nighttime person, and this summer was the first summer where I purposely got out in the sun to tan.
Yeah.
And not
you don't
for
need too much.
Not for the appearance.
You
It
don't
was
need
more
too
so
much.
just to lay out in the sun, almost
Yeah.
a meditative state of just lying out there. And I tested it at first just to try it, just to lay out and relax, because I was having a stressful day the first time. But it felt like being a battery out there,
Oh my
getting
God,
charged.
it's amazing.
And it felt so good.
We've been starved of sunshine. In my day, it was like, there was advertisements coming out that, you know, it's dangerous. What dangerous?
Well, I mean, I'm
Our
sure
vegetables need it. We're like vegetables. We need sunshine too.
That was one of the things that was pointed out, where you know, they
can
say you
eat it
eat
or you
different
can get it.
spectrums of the color spectrum through
Yes,
vegetables, and when
yes.
you're, you know, out there in the sun, you're getting all the spectrum at once.
That's right, and you need all that color. And I think it keeps a person more colorful.
It does.
You know?
It was something that I didn't expect of myself. I was never one to enjoy laying on the beach.
I know.
can't stand being like that. But when I incorporated it as part of my day, the same way as incorporating meditation or any sort of, you know, morning routine, I didn't like how I felt when I didn't get sun.
Yeah.
There were days when I overdid it. There were days where I would be up there for 3 hours, and that's ridiculous, right?
That's too much.
But those days where I went up there for a half an hour, quick up there, half an hour, 45 minutes, that felt great. When I didn't do that, I felt off.
Yeah.
But man, it's something that with the winter coming up, the idea of getting more, I suppose, what is it, UV lights? Getting one of those lights for inside. No, I don't want that. I want to be outside in the sun more. Even though it's cold, I want to be outdoors.
Yes.
And that's one thing that with being in Canada for the foreseeable future, I'm excited to see more of my country than I'd seen before, right? So to embrace the winter more outside of Toronto, because not a big fan of winter in Toronto anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of
But you know,
sick and tired
make
of it.
friends with it.
No, this year is the first year where I have said I'm enjoying the cold weather coming. Sorry, but go on. You were going to say?
No, but I think it's important to not see it as, oh, that time of the year, I can't stand that time of the year. And I used to do that. Sure, I look at the humidity and the heat, and it's just, I don't do well with that.
I love humidity.
But you know, I look at you and I think, okay, I just need to climatize. And that's what's most important. If people understand that their bodies need to climatize, like taking cold showers. It's so important to take cold showers. Listen, I'm not going to say too many things that isn't getting out there in the world. Like, we're on the internet now, and everybody talks about everything and anything. But when you have experience doing something and you feel you've gotten benefits from it, you want to share it with people. So I'm saying to people what maybe they've already heard. I'm not saying anything new. It's just that I'm sort of saying, well, you know, it does work. It's pretty amazing. And also to just make friends with all the seasons if you live in Canada. So there's things that you can do in every single season. And there's also a thing where your body climatizes and you don't have to be at odds with it. Like even the rain. The rain is amazing. A lot of Canadians stay inside when it rains. You don't see people walking around. That's the best time to get out.
A beautiful, warm sun shower or, you know, getting caught in the rain in the summer. I love that.
But if you have proper gear on, you have proper clothing?
No proper gear, as long as it's warm.
What if it's cold?
If it's really cold, if you're out in the fall and it starts to rain, no, that sucks.
No, why?
If you have an umbrella, yes, but getting caught in the rain, no.
Okay, now we're talking something different.
Okay, yes, fair enough.
So it's like you need to prepare yourself for the weather that's coming up. And so I have a tendency, as soon as I have a chance to, like it's usually before I get dressed, I look at the weather and I see what's happening today. And you can't always trust what's on there, you know? But if it's like, for instance, if it says it's going to be a cloudy, sunny day, right? It shows you, right? So you know that one big dark cloud, a cumulus cloud. I think it's cumulus they're called. Well, anyway, one big dark cloud is going to come along, and it will burst on one part of the city. So you want to maybe bring an umbrella.
All right.
Or dress accordingly.
So talking about being prepared as we've gone on a great seasonal tangent there. That's fine. Let's look at being prepared and taking care of yourself. You know. We'll skip ahead here to basically the idea of self-care. And in regards to daily routines, you talked about using the rebounder. Yeah. When it comes to keeping active physically, you walk a lot. You mentioned meditating. Yeah. What other things do you do that you would recommend to other people when it comes to preparing yourself to tackle life every day? Do you have a certain recommendation for a morning routine? Do you feel there are certain things that everyone should partake in, or at least that's a bad way to put it for me. Yeah. Forget the idea of anything for everyone to do. What works for you?
It's because it's a personal thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what works for me is changing it up.
What
Absolutely. I do is I start with one protocol, and then maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year later, that's not working for me anymore. You know, and I find myself changing this protocol more often. Right now, I'm sort of on a protocol where I'm going to sleep earlier, and especially because the winter's coming. Yeah. And then you wake up earlier. Like I'm waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that time is, I love that time. Everybody is sleeping. It's quiet, and you get to do things. And I think that some people, not all people, but some people are very artistic at that time in the morning. And I've done my best work at that time. So I'll say that waking up early is great. I'm not one to sleep in. I really feel like, I think it's important for us to understand our bodies. It's important that we attempt new things, and if something works for us, great. We'll keep it. If it doesn't, let it go. You know, but the thing where something that works for me will definitely work for you, no. I can't go there.
Yep, I agree with that.
You know, and I think it's important to just keep an open mind, be prepared for changes, to change it up, you know, and just allow yourself to be at optimum health, you know. We could really get into that.
We can get into that, and we will. I think that was a nice little first little touch into it. That really, at the end of the day, what matters is figuring things out on your own, listening to different people's advice, and seeing what works for you.
Yeah. I have a real issue because of something I experienced as a young child. Well, a young woman, a young child and a young woman, where I realized that I just was asking a lot of questions, and so for my health, I've always asked a lot of questions. Okay? So I go to my doctor, and if she wants to suggest something, she knows me very well. She says, well, I am going to suggest this, but I know you're not going to do it. But, you know, I'm here to suggest this anyway. And I love her for that, because then I can go off and just do my own thing. Okay. You know, and I think that healing is a very personal thing.
Absolutely.
You know, and you need to listen to your body.